To Somalia now, where Puntland forces backed by Somali National Army have retaken control of a strategic coastal town of Qandala from ISIL. There was intense fighting between Puntland forces backed by the SNA and the militants. At least 7 fighters have been killed in the 2 days of fighting. The town has been under control of ISIL since October this year. Security forces had been planning to launch a ground and sea offensive to dislodge them. Qandala lies less than 100 kilometers east of Puntland's commercial capital. CCTV's Abdulaziz Bello now joins us with the latest from the capital, Mogadishu. Abdulaziz, what more can you tell us about that operation?
Well, Penina, I'm just from the phone with one senior Puntland maritime police official. That's the maritime component that is tasked with protecting the territorial waters on that region of the country. Now, the official who has requested we don't mention his name in this bulletin told us that the ground troops are stationed at 30 kilometers from the port town of Qandala. They are on the outskirts of the town, as well as the maritime component. They want to launch a ground and a sea offensive at the same time, because Qandala lies on the sea, so they want to attack from the sea and from the ground. That way the ISIL fighters stationed in that town will have nowhere to run. They hope to either capture them or to kill them in this operation. But for now, the official has confirmed to us yet that the Puntland forces, both the ground and the sea troops, haven't formally entered the port town of Qandala. They are just stationed 30 kilometers from that town. Now, that town was captured by ISIL militants in October, and the forces from Puntland, both the ground and the sea, they were preparing this offensive for almost a month because of the terrain and the environment that they have to fight. Puntland is quite a mountainous region. It's very hard for the forces just to storm the town and be able to capture the ISIL militants. One also challenge facing the forces in that area is that the ISIL militants in Qandala have disconnected the telecommunication there. There is no official communication. We are using satellite phones to communicate with officials who are leading that offensive. So he's telling us that the operation will take place anytime soon. And so far, they've killed 7 ISIL militants who attacked the forces on the outskirts of that town, Penina.
So, Abdul, we're talking about ISIL here, not Al-Shabaab, the terror group that is dominant in Somalia. So how strong is ISIL in that region?
Well, Penina, ISIL became predominant in the Puntland region. It's the only region where ISIL influence is being felt here in Somalia. In 2012, a branch of Al-Shabaab formed its first base there in a mountainous region known as Qandala. Now, that group was being led by a guy by the name of Said Atam. Now, Said Atam surrendered to Somali officials in 2015, towards early 2015. He surrendered to authorities here in Mogadishu. Now, another person named Abdulqadir Sheikh Mumin, he went to the mountainous region of Puntland, where he managed to recruit a group of fighters there, where they pledged allegiance early this year to ISIL. Now, that's the first formal time that ISIL was pronounced here in Somalia under Abdulqadir Sheikh Mumin. Now, the Al-Shabaab, that is the terror outfit here in Somalia, is based in south-central Somalia. They've executed scores of fighters among its ranks who have pledged allegiance to ISIL. Now, Sheikh Mumin himself was a top commander of the Al-Shabaab. He was based here in south-central Somalia. Now he's in the Puntland region, where he's managed to recruit several fighters in that mountainous region. Now, the Puntland forces there, they've also put up a spirited fight. They managed to push them out of the mountainous region, and that's why this is the first time that they've captured a major town. Experts here are saying that the only reason they did that was to show that they are a powerful force, and they're trying to get economic benefits from ISIL so that they can be able to expand their operation activities here in Somalia. But Al-Shabaab here in south-central Somalia is fighting any ISIL forces or anyone among their fighters who pledges allegiance to ISIL, Penina.
All right, Abdulaziz Bello in Mogadishu, many thanks.